Well, here he is, after a lot of advice being given on the fan sites to avoid this figure. I still pick him up. I still picked him up yesterday, together with a few other deluxes. Transformers Universe Deluxe Class Armada Series Hotshot. Okay, so let's get right to it. Let's get the packaging out of the way. He is a, well, fairly decent sized deluxe class figure, and despite what a lot of people might say, I've gotten him into some serious poses, like this one, for instance. Kick ass. I mean, there's a if you just try and, the idea I think is for you to be able to manage the back kibble properly. If you're able to manage this guy properly, um, the back kibble, as what they say, or the back parts properly, you can get him some serious major kick-ass poses like this one. And I really, and I like the articulation on this figure. I mean, let's not put the articulation to waste right now, shall we? And just, you know, give this figure a chance. I've gotten a lot of advice telling me to stay away from him, don't get him, and but I had to find out for myself. Everybody hated Galvatron, everybody hated Cheetor, and I ended up liking those two figures. So I might as well try my luck on this figure. And sure enough, I'm really digging this figure. Contrary to what Pio says. Pio says I think probably hated this figure a lot, and that really discouraged me from getting him. But when I saw him in package, I decided, what the hey, spend that $14 on this guy, because out here deluxes cost $14. Anyway, let's just get rid of the minicon as quickly as possible, because this is probably the crappiest thing about him. I mean, the idea of Jolt the minicon, putting him again, is I think all right, but they didn't have to use such a cheap looking bit of plastic. I mean, they could have made it darker red or made it heavier, but it just feels light and feels like a knockoff. So anyway, you can still stand him, but you have to lean him on his propeller that way, or just sort of put him in a position where he's about to take a crap. Something like, I was able to do it. Anyway, yeah, like that. That is the only way you can stand him up. So, not his best mode. Let's just turn him into his minicon alt mode. Just fold him up. This is his best mode, I think, if he ever did have a best mode. Yeah. Chopper. It's okay. Inverted blades and all that. Inverted tail fin. It's okay. Okay. Just talking about this figure for a second. The detailing on this figure is actually amazing. I was quite surprised. It is a lot better than the Armada version. I'm really, really impressed with the way that they've detailed this figure. It's got reds, yellows, dark blues, and just generally a better. I don't really get this. This is like a parachute strap. I really don't get that. The head sculpt is really an improvement. I'm really digging it. And he is, again, as I said, he's very articulate. There's a lot of articulation on him. The only drawback to this articulation is that the thigh joint is very loose. But again, the knee joint, at the bottom part of the knee, the lower leg can swivel, the knee can bend, the foot can move a bit because of the transformation. The legs can go a ratchet joint in and out, and can move forward and backward. I mean, there's a whole bunch of articulation on the legs. Their arms are quite articulate. The only drawback for them, apart from the back kibble, is that the joint is set at an angle, a sharp angle, quite a slant angle. That's why it's very difficult to get him to move forward and backward. But he can move in and out. He can move his arm in and out because of this other joint. The elbow bends in two places, and the bicep rotates. No wrist articulation, but the bicep well compensates for that. The head is on a ball joint and can move just a tiny bit. There's a visor that you can use for his face, which I think is okay with or without his. I mean, it's put up. I put up the visor because I like to see the face. Light piping is horrible. You can hardly see any light going through. But other than the back kibble that you have to negotiate, I mean, this is a pretty interesting figure. No waist articulation though because of the transformation. And I'm sorry to say, but I'm really digging it. I don't mean to contradict so many fans out there who have dissed, who've really been pissed off with this figure, but uh, right now, those are the only negatives I can see about him. The loose thigh joint, the angled shoulder joint, and that's about it. The back kibble can be managed. The arm kibble can be managed. I mean, if you want to, I mean, it's okay. So all in all, I do like this figure. Surprisingly, well, after liking Galvatron and Cheetor, um, I wasn't totally surprised that I would like him. So my opinion is just give this figure a chance. Um, but don't pay more than $14 for him. If you can pay $10, $8 for him, maybe he's worth a shot. So I'm gonna give another part for transformation. But thanks for watching.